lot of you are struggling with balancing just in susu or passe or something, so here are my sort of takes on it. First thing you want to remember, like everything else, posture. Break it down in simple terms by thinking of a building. When they build the building, if they build the building like this, it's not going to stay up. So you want to think of not being back in the ribs here. A lot of people think they're pulling in the stomach and the ribs are closed and everything, but this is happening, right? Think of lifting the hips up, right? Instead of my hands being back like this, I want to think of them being flat. So think of the hips being flat. This is in, this is open. It's almost like somebody is punching you in the stomach and yet your hips are flat. So even as something as simple as releve in first, balancing in first. If I start to get back, I'm gone. Or if I start to get, if this is too far back, I'm gone, right? So I'm thinking of somebody punching me in the stomach, lifting the hips forward, elbows are lifted, chest stays open, and I'm in a perfectly straight line, and I can stay here all day, right? So you want to think of first, where is your alignment? Are you lifted? Is everything in line? The next thing I want you to think about is no matter what position you're in balancing, think of pushing the floor away. If you try and lift up like this, first of all, the shoulders come up, right? If you're trying to lift, the upper body needs to grow, but the feet and the legs, I'm thinking of pushing the floor away, and it completely solidifies you, right? I could stay here while I talk to you, maybe I will. So think of pushing the floor away, chest stays open, this is in. When you're balancing in susu, little trick, and I said this to my online students. Let's say your left foot is back, my right foot is front, and I'm in susu. You want to think, most people never fall this way. They always are falling backwards towards whatever leg is in the back. So when you're in susu, what you're going to do, whatever leg is back, bring that shoulder slightly forward. Here's it from the side. A lot of people start to fall this way, right? So I'm in susu. I'm going to think of bringing the back leg shoulder slightly forward. And honestly, you can even try that right now. Go in susu and think of whatever leg is back. Bring that shoulder slightly forward, and I guarantee you, you'll be able to stay, right? Because people do not fall towards the front leg. They always fall towards the back leg in susu. So if you're falling towards the back leg, it's just a counterbalance opposition, okay? So if I'm in susu, I'm going to bring that back shoulder slightly forward, and you end up being square. For passe balances, I know I'm kind of throwing this all at you. These are just sort of general things. First of all, we've talked about this in my pirouette videos, which I will link the Technique Tips playlist below so you can see. If we balance like this, if our hips are off, it's the same principle as that building, right? We cannot balance. Or if we're like this. So when you're balancing in passe, make sure the hips don't move. First of all, that's your passe. And then as you're balancing, my trick, and I guarantee you it will work every time. A lot of people get caught up in this and that. Whatever leg is up, lock that shoulder back. Think of literally locking it into place. And I'm telling you, if you lock it back, you can stay. It's something about, again, people never fall this way. They always tend to fall the opposite way. So if my right leg is up, I'm going to lock that shoulder back. Again, that punch in the stomach, right? Not back here. There. And then probably I should do it this way. And then I'm going to literally lock that shoulder into place. And I know I'm flat right now, but it works. So in passe, even hips, punch in the stomach, lock the shoulder back, and you'll be able to stay. Last little thing, whenever you have to balance, it's like we talked about in the développés. Leg is front, leg is back, arabesque balance, whatever it is. You want to, it's against that counterbalance. So if my leg is in front, most people tend to fall this way. Nobody ever falls this way. So you want to think of bringing the opposite shoulder forward, and you can stay. Because it's squared off, and I'm counterbalancing. I'm not going like this, right? So if the leg is front, bring the opposite shoulder forward. If the leg is back in arabesque, you want to bring the same shoulder forward. Again, most people fall this way. Nobody ever falls this way. So think about it. Which way am I falling? If you're having problems, which way am I falling? Okay. So then I have to counterbalance. So if the leg is front, opposite shoulder. The leg is back, same shoulder. So we don't want to get that open. You can be open with the arms, but you never want the legs to be splayed. You always want to keep that square. You can still keep it allongé without letting the whole thing go. My shoulders are square, but my arm is back, but I'm not doing this. That's going to throw you off, right? You want to keep it square. So just figure out where you're falling and counterbalance. So to recap, posture, hips forward, punch in the stomach, keep this open, push the floor away. In susu, whatever leg is back, bring that shoulder slightly forward and you'll be able to stay. In passe, remember hips are flat, not up here, flat. Up and forward, somebody punches you in the stomach and lock the whatever shoulder is up, back. And when your leg is front, again, it's the same thing. Counterbalance. When your leg is back, counterbalance. Figure out which way you fall and go accordingly. So I guarantee you guys can balance. It's not something that's unattainable. Just figure out where you are, figure out, okay, which way am I falling, and fix accordingly. Coming next week, a leg toning workout, again, moving along the lines of more fitness in addition to ballet. If you missed the Petite Allegro video I did, you can click it to watch. Please click the subscribe button to subscribe. I have my social media links below. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.